From MTN News, this is Montana This Morning.
Here, yeah, I'm here. Oh yeah, you found it. You found it. Yeah.
Yes, he did. Man's best friend quickly becoming law enforcement's best friend thanks to some key training. We're going to take a look at the life-saving work of canines next.
It's been a fantastic season. The fact that we were able to open on time and then just stay open all winter long was fantastic.
And learn why Bridger Bowl is closing this weekend, even though there's lots of snow on the hill. We'll have that story coming up.
Happy Friday, Southwest Montana, just ahead of 6:30. Chet Lehman, Jim McDonald, Matt Elwell with you. Look at the sun coming up, and
gorgeous.
All is right with the world.
Yeah.
Or at least close enough.
Well,
it's Friday.
Yeah.
We're together.
It's a
we're
positive.
happy.
Better be close than perfect, right?
Cruiser put treats out in the front lobby. What more could you ask for?
It's a good day.
It is good day.
My Starburst ready. It looks like the afternoon trying to warm up. It's chilly still this morning.
Not terrible, though.
That is a positive spin,
Right.
especially that slows that melting down a little bit. Right now we do have the concerns for some flooding in parts of the area, especially with all the snow we picked up here a couple of weeks ago. Cloud cover on the increase. I do expect to see some scattered showers try to develop overnight tonight. I'm sorry I bore you.
What?
Just giving you a hard time. You had it on. You know that.
That wasn't it.
Oh, okay.
That wasn't it. No, I was just stretching.
No. Oh, all right. I'll remember.
Yeah.
Daytime highs expected to be into the 40s and 50s. I'm just giving you a hard time because, you're the newbie and I can do that.
I know.
There will
I'll
be a
take
quiz
it.
later.
There will be
I
a
know.
quiz.
That's why I'm studying those numbers right now.
Good for you.
We're going to move on. He caught you. What
I
do you
know.
do?
I thought I was safe.
It's 6:30. Drug charges, sadly, are on the increase here in Gallatin County. In fact, for the first 3 months of this year, we've had about 65 days where people were seen in justice court. This could be for a DUI, driving with an expired driver's license, or other kinds of offenses.
Yeah, we did the math. Out of those 65 days, 32 days had at least one person charged with possession of a dangerous drug. With the fentanyl crisis continuing in our state, I recently took a closer look into the training that local canine units went through to keep our streets safer.
What do you got? Yeah. Good boy. Yeah. Yeah, what do you get?
This may look like a routine training exercise.
Did you find little fentanyl? Yeah. Good job, Cuddles. Way to go, buddy.
That's right, Canine Cuddles of the Gallatin County Sheriff's Office is already trained to alert to fentanyl. He, along with Bozeman Police Canine Stretch, were recently trained and certified in fentanyl detection.
We call it a salient odor. It's the odor that he knows will get him his reward. They'll even check the camera. Yeah.
Joined the sheriff's office, he was trained to alert on 3 scents: cocaine, methamphetamine, and heroin. 3 drugs that are often laced with fentanyl.
Those certain times where there's just fentanyl in a car or in a building and the dogs recognize it and tell us, as opposed to before we had to trust that if there's fentanyl, hopefully it's in relation to meth, coke, and heroin.
Sniffing out crimes that may have gone undetected, and their training has already proven useful for that very reason.
Belgrade officers stopped the vehicle, called for us to come assist. We sniffed the vehicle.
Following the sniff, a positive alert, and a search warrant, 15 small blue fentanyl pills were found in a car in Belgrade.
That was the only thing that we located. There wasn't any other drugs in the vehicle at the time that we found.
The skill is already seeing results out in the field, but results wasn't the first thing that Deputy Laurence thought of when he heard the news Cuddles was to be trained.
When you learned that Cuddles was going to be trained on fentanyl, what went through your mind?
Well, the first obvious one is just the concern of the safety side of it.
To be a working canine, it can be a dangerous job. As fentanyl, Deputy Laurence went to work on research.
Deploying our dogs into situations for drug sniffs, whether there's powders openly available to them, if there's needles from syringes or things. So we're always cognizant of those kind of things anyway. So with the way we've been doing training and the way we're already practicing, the safety part of it hasn't been an issue. We also carry, for ourselves and for the dog, our own Narcan. So if we did run into an issue, we can also take care of it that way as well.
And what does Cuddles do all the training and sniffing for? The sweet satisfaction of a Kong.
Get out here. Get out here. Oh, yeah, you found it. You found it. Yeah.
MTN will continue to cover the fentanyl crisis and ways Montana is responding to the problem. In Bozeman, Jane McDonald, MTN News. Well, and just as a side, it took him probably less than a minute to locate and to alert on
There are
that scent.
amazing resources for law enforcement and search and rescue and all of that.
Yes.
Yeah, nothing but good things to say about our canine units and their handlers out there. It's an awesome team. We are going to shift gears now, 6:34. There's lots of snow in the mountains.
Yes.
Yet Bridger Bowl is going to be closing this weekend.
Yeah, MTN's Kristen Merkel reports on how successful this season was and why Bridger Bowl is closing on Sunday.
With closing day on April 9th, I catch up with staff and skiers at Bridger Bowl about how the season has been and the potential upcoming conditions.
It's been very good. There's a lot of powder.
Joseph Cookie and his family come to Bridger Bowl as much as they can, especially since they only have a few days left.
Usually we try to get out a lot so that when it closes, we have lots of fun and we have some fun next year.
Bridger Bowl marketing and Karen O'Connor says April 9th was their projected closing day, and even though there's still a lot of snow, they aren't extending the season because of weather.
We do have a lot of snow, as you can see, but the temperatures are supposed to get really warm over the weekend, and that makes it a little bit less predictable for the snow and wet slides.
At the Alpine Weather Station, Bridger Bowl has received around 252 inches of snow this year, which O'Connor says is definitely more than the past couple of seasons. She also says they're on the brink of a new milestone.
This year we are definitely on target to break a record. Our record was in 2018-19 and we had about 291,000 skiers. It's been a fantastic season. The fact that we were able to open on time and then just stay open all winter long was fantastic.
Chelsea Cookie agrees.
It's been an amazing season. We've had a lot of really good snow days, a couple that we didn't get here until almost 10 o'clock or 11 because the traffic was so long, everybody wanted to get out.
And just because the ski area is closed doesn't mean people can't still enjoy Bridger Bowl.
So as soon as we close, we will end up giving the mountain back to the people and they can start skinning up.
Sunday is Bridger Bowl's last day. They'll be hosting an Easter sunrise service as well as a kids' Easter egg hunt. In Bozeman, Kristen Merkel, MTN News.
There's just a special thing about seeing little kids ski.
I love that. I know, it's right.
The little
It's
skis.
the time to learn.
It is. It is the best time.
It is time.
Well, switching gears a little bit, the Montana House has passed a bill that seeks to give ambulance services around the state more financial stability.
MTN senior political reporter Jonathan Amberian found out why providers say it would be such an important step for them.
Here at the state capitol, the Montana legislature has had a lot of debates this session about the need to increase Medicaid reimbursement rates for nursing homes and other healthcare providers. Montana ambulance providers say they're struggling with a similar challenge, and they're willing to charge themselves in hopes of making a difference.
We've had a very thin margin for a number of years now, primarily due to reimbursements.
Justin Gross is the general manager of Great Falls Emergency Services, which provides paramedic ambulance services across Cascade County, as well as basic life support and other medical transports. He says about half of the people they transport are covered by Medicare, which reimburses them for about the cost of the service. But another 20% are through the Montana Medicaid program.
And currently, Medicaid is reimbursing us at below cost. As much as 35 to 40% below our cost.
Great Falls Representative Ed Buttry, a Republican, is carrying House Bill 828, which seeks to increase that reimbursement.
We've already seen closure of some ambulance services across the state, and we're under the threat of closure for more.
Under the bill, ambulance providers would pay a fee, just under 6% of their net revenues. That money would go into an account and serve as a match to bring in more federal funding. The extra money would then go back to ambulance services in increased Medicaid payments. Gross says that boost in funding would go a long way to help them recruit and retain EMTs and paramedics.
Personally, that's what I'm probably most excited about, is being able to pay these field personnel better, because the job they're doing is extremely important and they deserve to be as well paid as possible.
HB 828 passed the House Tuesday 85-14 with bipartisan support. It will now head over to the Senate for consideration. In Helena, Jonathan Amberian, MTN News.
Thank you very much, Jonathan. Now, meantime, as layoffs continue, economists expect more people will be depending on gig work for income.
Elizabeth Rees looks how the gig market has changed.
Many of us have heard of gig jobs like Uber, DoorDash, and Instacart, but research shows the gig economy is continuing to expand, with people now using their homes as new streams of income.
Riley, come on, go along. So it's a private dog park where people can come in, take their dogs, and just let them run and have fun and let them be dogs. Ready?
John Sanders rents out his backyard to dog owners through Sniff Spot. Megan Bryant picks up people's laundry, washing and folding it within her home through a site called SudShare.
When I was working from home, I was bored while I was on my computer all day, so I started doing something else just to have some extra income and honestly just to keep my hands busy.
Both Sanders and Bryant say they started the gig work last year.
I found it actually through Facebook about a year ago.
I think it was a TikTok ad, honestly. Like, it was an advertisement that I had seen, and I was like, this is cool. I don't mind doing laundry.
Though they say the jobs are not their main source of income, the money adds up.
Just over $7,000.
I think if I looked at the app, I'm over $5,000 just as like a part-time side hustle.
As more people enter the gig economy, Lexi Gervis with the financial management app Steady says there's a demand in the marketplace for companies to create more gig opportunities.
We're really seeing a growth in this type of work. It's expected to increase in moments of a recession. So the last time we saw a big spike was during the 2008 Great Recession.
Lexi says there was another spike when the pandemic hit.
If they were getting less hours at work, they might have picked up gig work to supplement. If they lost their job altogether, then they were using this as a kind of stopgap.
Looking at data of Steady users from just before the pandemic until now, Lexi says gig work increased by 41% and gig earnings increased by 17%. And Lexi says she's noticed a trend of people sticking to their gig work, even after they may start a traditional W-2 job.
Probably continuing to do it on the side or as a supplement, especially when wages aren't enough to meet the needs of the demands of inflation.
That's the case for Bryant, who works at a school but still handles 6 to 10 laundry orders a week from customers who have become her regulars.
This is where it's at. Nobody wants to go sit and do an office job and, that there's no flexibility. I work around my own schedule.
Elizabeth Ruiz, Scripps News, Denver.
Interesting stuff. I feel like a lot of gig work has gotten a lot more traction since the pandemic.
Absolutely.
That just might be my thought.
Absolutely. Ways to generate some income.
Yeah. Focusing back in on the Treasure State, a Great Falls woman is getting some recognition for a photo she took. The photo won first place in the latest Wild Montana Photo Contest.
It's gorgeous. You're going to love it. Second place photo was taken by a Helena resident. MTN's Colter Anstadt visits with the woman who took the winning photo.
If you've ever been to Glacier National Park, you may recognize this area. This is Iceberg Lake. This picture specifically was taken in October of 2022 by Great Falls resident Megan Nicholson. She says when she took the photo, she knew it was beautiful, but she never expected it to win a statewide photo contest.
I think the coolest thing about it, when I got right to the lake, and I walked around the lake off to the side, and when I got over there, and that's really where the view was awesome.
On October 1st, 2022, Megan Nicholson finally accomplished her goal of hiking to Iceberg Lake.
That was the 5th time that I had been to Glacier last summer, and I wanted to do it the prior 2 times, but the trail was closed for bear activity.
What makes the photo perhaps even on her cell phone.
All my hiking pictures I just take on my phone. I've really thought about getting a camera because I love to take pictures. And I thought it'd be great for wildlife, but I also don't like to hike with a lot of weight.
We've been running this contest since 2009 as a way to connect people to Montana's wild places.
Keely Kiewit is Wild Montana's digital communications manager. Since 1958, ultimately to promote conservation.
This year, more than 400 people submitted over 1,700 photos, which is about 3 times as many photos as last year.
She says the reflection in Nicholson's photo is what made it stand out. Nicholson says she hopes to hike to Iceberg Lake again.
I definitely think that I will hike this trail again this summer. So I'd like to see it. Every time I go to the park, it looks different.
The top 20 photos in the contest, including this one, will now be put on display at Benefice in Great Falls. In Great Falls, Colter Anstad, MTN News.
Great stuff.
Absolutely gorgeous photo.
And we're always very appreciative of our viewers who share their photos with us too.
Yes.
So keep doing that.
Keep it coming. Keep it coming. All right, 6:43. Time for a quick